I will say this is one of the weaker areas in Business Central. So this is where the marketplace becomes a really important tool where you can go out into the marketplace and search the thousands of apps that are there and then engage, install, purchase whatever it is you need, a little app that can help to increase or enhance this experience. Welcome everybody to my Business Central overview and demo. My name is Jenn Claridge. I am the president of Service Dynamics, and we are a Business Central implementation partner based in Canada. We do remote fixed fee implementations all across North America, where we will take customers currently not using Business Central and implement the software for them. We use Business Central at Service Dynamics. We believe so much in the product. We actually use that as our ERP system there because this is an integrated software. It has full warehouse capability. It has full supply and demand type capability. It has full financial capability. So now I have one system, one source of truth, shared data. So I'm not rekeying things. It's very efficient to use as a software. I've got these queues down here, which are little activity queues. So when I click on these are really just quick launches into list pages, typically with filters applied to them. So if I click on this queue, I can see that it brings me to my service orders, but because it was my service orders today, it's got the response date filtered to today. If I were to click on my finished service orders, when I click on this, you can see that it is, again, my service orders, but in this case, I can see this little filter by status. So it's filtering to my completed or my finished service orders. So these are my queues. So I have a really easy identifier to be able to see how many service orders are to be dispatched today, 22. I see how many service orders are in progress, 5. I see I've got 6 finished service orders. So if we were to run through a service order really quickly, it would be easy to just quickly create the action of a new service order. I'll let the system assign me a number. So I'm going to put in a little description of what it is I want to do. Even though I'm in the customer number field, I can start typing the name, and the system is smart enough to look and say, oh, that's customer 40,000. It pulled in the data from my master record. I can add information that's missing. If I add it to this document specifically, it doesn't go back and update my master record, but I certainly could if it was something that should pull in for the future. I can select which service order type I need, and then down here I can select which service item I am going out to do this maintenance on. So once I've selected my service item master record, it's pulled into the line all of the information that it can from my master record. So it's really important to make sure that you have good data in your system, and the more information that you can put in upfront, the less data entry you have throughout your day-to-day and your processes. So again, if I needed to, I could update the repair status code. I could put this work against a contract, or I could clear that out. I could set a priority. The service item has indicated when I should be going out and responding by to meet my SLA for the specific service item. On the service lines here, I can add the details. So I have the system set up to associate my service work to a service item so that I can build my service log or my warranty log, which is really a powerful thing about the Business Central service module. Because I'm associating everything to a service item, I would have the ability later to look back and see all of the work that has been completed. So we'll take a look at that shortly. So again, if I need to send a person out, I can select a resource. I'm going to send Annette out. She's a great little worker. She has to go out for 2 hours. I can see here if there's a line amount, it's under warranty, so we're getting 100% discount on that. I can see here that it's a warranty discount, which means that this service item is still in its warranty period. I have the ability to put dates towards this so that I'm meeting schedules and I'm dispatching on time. If I needed inventory, I could go ahead and select the spare part that I need. I can either issue this and put it in the truck and have it issue out as my technician leaves, or maybe this is something that I want to consume out of my inventory later. I can indicate how much I need. Again, this is $60, but it's the 100% discount. So the line discount amount is $60. So again, this just shows me that whether or not it has a cost or a price associated, the system can calculate for you if it's under warranty and put that discount in. I can also create costs in my system. For example, if this was an alarm call, if this is a starting fee, if it's travel, maybe there's a $50 and only the service item, resource, and item lines are discounted. So we can see here that this $50 cost would be something that would need to be invoiced on the specific service order. So we can see here, this is not covered under warranty. So now you've got everything that you expect for that service order. If, let's say, for example, this inventory, I wanted to see if I have it, I can easily click to show details. I can open up my inventory section. So here I can see that I do have 41 pieces of this frame in inventory. Lastly, and what I would maybe argue is one of the most powerful things about using Business Central with Microsoft is the marketplace. You have the ability to enable an ERP system that has a ton of core capability out of the box. But we all have things in our businesses and in our days that give us a competitive edge, that help us to do things a little bit more streamlined, maybe for our industry or the type of work that we do. So when you do find that Business Central maybe doesn't have a core capability that you need, there is a marketplace with literally thousands of apps that have been created. They need to be governed to make sure that they're upgrade compatible by vendors. They're tested by lots of different customers. They're supported by people that are industry specific. You can go out and you can look for these apps. And a lot of the times they snap right into Business Central and you don't know where one ends and one begins. But let's fast forward and pretend that the technician has gone out and he's now returned back, or she, because I think we sent Annette out to work on our order we were working on. But here I'm going to navigate to my service order list. I'm able to look at the service item that I was engaging with earlier. I can open up my service lines, and now I can indicate what actually happened while Annette went out to site. So maybe she came back, realized that this was a little bit more complicated than she thought. She spent a little bit more time. I can go ahead and update the quantity on my service line to reflect what actually happened in the field. So at this point, this document is open, and it's not until I post that I will actually commit and do the decrease of my inventory or issue the invoice or whatever it is that I need to do to satisfy closing out this service order. So what I will do here is I'm going to go ahead and just click OK. So now the posting activities and commitments are happening, the invoice is creating, inventories consuming. So here I can see that there was this titanium plate that was required. There was a 100% discount. So I'm actually not going to have a dollar value associated to this, but maybe I need to send this to my customer to show them, hey, this titanium frame plate that we had, this was something that was covered under your warranty, and here's a piece of paper to close the loop. Here, again, I can, in natural language, ask Business Central something about my data using Copilot. So if here I wanted to see, break this out by service order type and say generate, now I've got my ERP system, I've got AI helping me to do the things that I need. So if this is what I want, I can go ahead and keep it.
Watch the full overview and demo video below, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions.